So, I came across something really fascinating the other day. It wasn't a big research paper or some flashy article. It was an editorial brief for a magazine that doesn't even exist. But its title, Not Always Right, is this quiet, powerful warning about our relationship with AI, and I think it's absolutely worth breaking down.
Okay, so right out of the gate, the whole tone is just completely different from anything in the tech world. There are no grand promises, no "we're going to change the world" speeches. Instead, you get this simple, almost defiant statement. It's not here to wow you with hype, it's asking for your quiet attention.
And then this idea gets boiled down into a set of rules. I mean, look at this. No hype, no fear, and my favorite, slightly uncomfortable. This reads less like a magazine plan and more like a manifesto for a totally new kind of conversation. The goal isn't to give you all the answers. Nope. The goal is to leave you with more questions and, a healthy bit of unease.
And this line right here, this is the whole game. In an industry obsessed with speed, with getting instant answers for everything, the entire point of this imaginary magazine is to be a speed bump. It's a deliberate act of resistance designed to make us all just pause, to actually think for a second.
So how does this whole philosophy of slowing down actually take on AI? Well, the first danger it points to is maybe the one thing we celebrate the most, just how easy it is to get an answer.
The brief argues that AI's best feature, the fact that it can answer instantly, without a shred of doubt, is also its biggest, most subtle danger. This artificial confidence creates this powerful illusion of authority. It feels convincing, it sounds complete, even when it's only mostly right. And that mostly is where things get tricky.
And this, right here, just lays out the feedback loop perfectly. The AI answers without hesitation. And what happens to us? We quietly stop thinking for ourselves. Its confidence is so convincing that doubt starts to feel kind of difficult or even unnecessary. And when an answer is just mostly right, it makes the whole question of who's responsible for the details a total blur.
Okay, so if AI's strength is its perfect, unwavering certainty, what's our essential human counterpart? Well, according to this brief, it's something we usually see as a weakness: doubt itself. The brief completely reframes these human flaws as our most powerful tools for thinking. We hesitate, we second-guess everything, we're inconsistent, we don't always connect all the dots perfectly. And in a world of AI-generated perfection, the argument is that these exact imperfections are what allow for real insight and genuine understanding. I just love this line, that inconsistency matters. Basically, our messy, nonlinear way of thinking isn't some bug that needs to be fixed, it's a feature. That gap where we pause, that little flicker of doubt, that's where the real thinking actually happens. It's the difference between just getting information and having a real discovery.
Now, this dynamic doesn't just mess with our own thinking. It has a bigger, almost invisible consequence: the slow, quiet erosion of personal responsibility and trust.
This is such a great way to frame it. The brief wants us to stop thinking about trust as some big, dramatic, ethical choice. Instead, think of it as a small, daily habit. Every single time we accept an answer without checking it, every time we just let the machine take the lead, we are practicing the habit of outsourcing our own judgment.
And this phrase just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that quiet little shift of responsibility. I mean, think about how often we hear that or say it ourselves. The GPS said turn here. The algorithm recommended it. It seems so innocent, but the system said so is the exact moment we stop owning our own conclusions.
Now, in the true spirit of this whole idea, we're not going to end with some neat and tidy summary. That would totally miss the point. Instead, the brief ends with a series of short, powerful observations, unfinished thoughts that are really designed for you to just sit with for a while. First, this simple thought on speed. It's like our human ability to doubt has a speed limit. AI just blows right past it, every single time. It delivers the answer before our skepticism can even kick into gear. Next up, a warning about presentation. AI is an absolute master at taking messy information and spitting it out in clean, logical formats. And our brains are just wired to see that structure and automatically think it's truthful, even if the facts inside are shaky. Order just feels like authority. And finally, an observation about what's missing. The pause, the hesitation, the words, "I'm not so sure." That human silence that tells you you've reached the edge of someone's knowledge, it's completely absent in AI.
And this creates a really dangerous, false sense of it being all-knowing.
And that's where this leaves us. The brief doesn't really offer a conclusion. It offers a mission. It's asking us to think less about the answers we're getting and more about the questions we're not even asking anymore. It's a challenge, really. A challenge to protect our own doubt, to value our own hesitation, and to remember that sometimes the most important thoughts are the ones that are not always right.